Shalom Rastafari. Want to present a little bit of ancient Ethiopic proof concerning the binary, that we're in the binary solar system. That the proof of that from Ethiopic, Agazi, Ge'ez, ancient Afro-Shemitic sources. And there's another pic. Might not be able to find it right now, but I got a couple of pics to at least begin off this particular presentation, as well as an investigation, because some things we know and a lot of things that we're learning and looking over much of the old evidence, the art and facts, our ancient Ethiopic artifacts. So what's the first proof to prove that truly we're in the binary solar system, and that this was known by the ancient Obians or the ancient Ethiopians? We could point to the Ethiopic book of Enoch, right? And Enoch, yes, Enoch has been preserved in Ethiopic. Now here's a link right here with what some speak of and they call Planet X. Now, it's interesting because X, you know, the X and the P, the Cairo, Egypt, the Kr in Christos, Christ and his kingly character, the second coming. All right. Now, here's one of the major proofs right here. This is a pocket-sized copy of the Metzaf Kedus, right? A little dusty there, right? Seven Seals, right? The Book of the Seven Seals right there, right? And this is the Bible, the Ethiopic Bible that was published by His Imperial Majesty, who is the Lion of the tribe of Judah. So we're really pointing to the revelation and the prophecy that we have in Revelation 5:5. And want to hail up Ayared Meheret. I'm going to point to a link that he made. I saw on the Facebook. But okay, here we go. The Book of the Seven Seals. These are the seven seals right on the back of that book, which stand for Metzhaf Kedus, Metzhaf Kedus, or the scroll that which is written, or book Kedus, of the holy. Kedus, that's the Father's name. The Father is Kedus. The Son is Kedus. The Ruach is Kodesh, or Kedus. All right, now, here is the seal, right? Here's the special logo. Here's the logo for the Metzhaf Kedus, or the Book of the Seven Seals. And this always intrigued me right here whenever I looked at the logo. Beautiful logo right there. Open book, right? The Ethiopic cross, or some say the unilateral cross. Some might even say the Coptic cross. The Coptics, the Copts, or the Coptics, the Qutbi people, they basically are the native Kamites or Hamites and the Ethiopians, right? The highland Ethiopians and the lowland Kamites or Hamites. That's where we get that mixture of the Coptic people from. All right. But anyway, we have these two planets. Now, some would say, well, that's just the Earth and the sun. Do you know the size of the sun? The size of the sun is known. It's kind of obvious, right? And it was obvious to the ancient Obians or the ancient Ethiopians, right? And that's not that people say it's the moon and the sun, or the moon and the earth. All those fall flat. Those fall flat right there. All right, when you understand the meaning of the other symbols right there. Now here, down here, it says, Ethiopia Metzhaf Kedus Machiber, or of Ethiopia, the Holy Scripture, Machiber, association, society, congregation, you can say, right? Chiber, Kebron, Hebrew, Machiber. Now you have Mejameria Beberhana Salam Matemia Beitateme. That's the line below it. So the printing press is known as Light and Peace. Right? Light and peace. Light and peace. right there. Light and peace, those two words right there. Let's get close right there. Burhana Salam. All right, so here's the logo right here. If you say, well, this is your proof. This is the beginning of the proof right here. All right. Now I want to show you. I want to show you furthermore. All right. Furthermore, Planet X. They call it Nibiru. All right. This is the next proof right here we want to present. Now, some of y'all might have seen the video that we had touched on, a couple of videos touching on various. I'm giving an Ethiopic, or the other half of the story, right? Because a lot of things that we get is from a Western Gentile or Eurocentric perspective or Eurocentric interpretation. And Ethiopia, right, or in general way we can say Africa, or the black side of the story, is always left out. It's always a bit player. Like we see some things about different races of so-called extraterrestrials and a Nordic type and the reptilian. And we sit there and we watch and say, wow, it's like science fiction, you know, and the science fiction, they don't see us out there. But when we look into our own ancient scrolls and scripture and archaeology and even many of the so-called oral traditions, especially the Bible. The Bible is our main proof, brothers and sisters. But even books like Ethiopic Enoch. Do you know that because of studying Ethiopic Enoch, the Germans especially, this is where the Nazis were able to put a lot of things together, because they were the first, some of the first to get certain scrolls and to kind of understand or decode it. And that's where we get the German Jews and all of that coming out of there, and that whole movement, right, out of so-called Central Europe. And there is a special connection with that region that goes back to ancient times, and we're not going to touch on that right now. But the book of Enoch, or Metzhafe Enoch, is very, very important. And you must keep in mind that there are two Enochs. There's an Enoch from the line of Cain, and there's an Enoch from the line of Seth or Seth, right, within the scripture. But here's a little better shot or clip, right, of this particular the Selassie Bible logo, and you can see it much more clearer and much more of the detail right there. Let's show that right there. Now, this is our proof, our first evidence, proof that the ancient Ethiopians, and that the Ethiopians, right, on the ancient Ethiopians, really Selassie, His Majesty, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, knows that this is a binary solar system, that there are two suns. We're living in a binary system, right? And this is what links with that whole Nibiru. Otherwise, how would you explain this? It cannot be the sun and the moon. It can't be the sun and the moon. It cannot be the earth and the sun, or the earth and the moon, based on the size, and even if you look at the orbit, right? Because if you recognize anything, this right here, the cross, symbolizes the sun, right? And the book, right, in that sense, will symbolize the earth, because from heaven, this word came down on earth. So what are these right here? All right, what are these right here? This is our first proof that the Ethiopians, that His Majesty reveals that we are living, how the Selassie has revealed, the Lion of Judah has revealed that we're living in a binary solar system. All right, so a little bit more to come, Jah willing. All right, and there are black angels too. All right, there's a lot of things going on, but you know, it's the other half of the story that we want to touch on first. So stay tuned. Shalom, Rastafari.